Hello, and welcome to our webinar, Stay Cool, Learn About Heat Relief Programs for the Summer. I'm your host, Edgar Olivo, and today we have a valuable session lined up to help you beat the heat and stay cool this summer. As temperatures rise and the scorching sun beats down, it's important to take proactive steps to protect yourself from the heat. That's why we've invited City of Phoenix experts to join us today and share insights about the Heat Relief Network, a vital resource offering free water and indoor locations to help you cool off. During this webinar, you'll gain valuable tips and knowledge on practicing heat safety wherever you are. We'll explore the significance of recognizing excessive heat warnings and the importance of planning outdoor activities wisely to minimize heat-related risks. Staying hydrated is crucial, and our expert will provide guidance on effective hydration strategies to keep your body cool and functioning optimally. Additionally, we'll discuss the signs of heat exhaustion and how to identify them, ensuring you're equipped with the necessary information to protect yourself and others. One of the key highlights of this webinar is the exploration of designated cooling stations and water locations throughout the valley. These locations serve as oases during the sweltering heat, providing you with access to hydration and a safe refuge away from the scorching temperatures. Our expert will guide you on how to locate these stations, ensuring that you have the necessary resources at your disposal. As we progress through the webinar, we encourage your active participation. If you have any questions, experiences, or valuable insights to share, please feel free to do so. Remember, the purpose of this webinar is to empower you with the knowledge and resources to stay cool and protected during the summer heat. Our experts are here to guide you through the various heat relief programs available and equip you with the necessary tools to make informed decisions. So get ready to dive into the world of heat relief programs, tips for staying cool, and essential knowledge for a safe and enjoyable summer. Let's beat the heat together. To provide expert insights and guidance on heat relief programs and measures, we are honored to introduce our esteemed guest, David Hondula. David is the director of the Office of Heat Response and Mitigation at the City of Phoenix. With extensive experience and expertise in addressing heat-related challenges, David has been instrumental in implementing strategies to protect vulnerable populations during hot summer months. During this webinar, David will provide valuable insights into the Heat Relief Network, share tips for practicing heat safety, and highlight the designated cooling stations and water locations available throughout the valley. He was recognized as one of the top 100 influencers in local government in the United States in 2022. We are fortunate to have David join us today to shed light on these crucial heat relief programs. So let's welcome David Hondula and get ready to learn from his expertise and experience. Together, we will discover effective strategies to stay cool, hydrated, and protected during the summer heat. Hey, David, welcome to our program. Thank you so much for being here.
Edgar, thanks so much for having me on and a chance to speak about some of the work happening at the City of Phoenix.
Oh man, I can't wait to learn more. I'm sure you're full of tips and insights that we can't wait to ask. But one of the things that I'm really curious about is to learn how you got involved in heat relief efforts. This is such a specific type of work that definitely impacts Arizona. Arizona is a hot place to live in many sense of that word. But for you, what brought you to this work, and what is it that drives you to create such great innovations around heat relief?
Yeah, thanks for the question, Edgar. As long as I can remember, I've been interested in the weather. I grew up on the East Coast, and we had full 4 seasons. I remember being excited about snow days and summer thunderstorms. I remember having my parents' VHS camcorder out, trying to record flooding when it happened in our neighborhood. And as I got more involved in high school and in college, I really started to hone in that interest. I really wanted to study lightning. Lightning is another dangerous weather hazard, but quickly learned I didn't understand the physics well enough to be a lightning professional. And as I was having that realization, also came to learn that heat has very serious public health impacts. I had no idea that heat was so consequential, not just for public health, but for quality of life. And the more I learned, the more I was intellectually captivated by the puzzle of heat, understanding who's at risk, why, and what we can do about it. And that curiosity continues to motivate me to this day.
Well, it's wonderful to have people like you, so passionate and well versed in this category. And our environment is very important. It does have an effect on us. And so, I'd love to hear from you after all this work that you've done. What are some essential tips that you could recommend for everyday citizens in Phoenix and Arizona to stay cool during the summer?
I think the first thing that we try to promote is that everybody is at risk. We all need to be listening to our own bodies, but also recognizing that some people are at more risk than others. And we need to be keeping an eye on our friends, family members, neighbors, and other people who might be in need in the community. And just to give a couple of of examples that the human body is wonderfully perceptive. It's really good at knowing when it's too hot and too cold. But in certain situations, we lose that ability to perceive our environment. As we age, for example, it becomes more difficult to tell how hot our body is and if we're experiencing any stress. If we take certain medications, including some common over-the-counter medications, we lose our ability to sense how hot we are as well. So that check of a friend, a family member, a neighbor can really go a long way in ensuring that people aren't in harm's way when it comes to the heat. We know it can happen very quickly, the transition from feeling fine to needing serious medical attention. So staying in tune with our bodies and our neighbors is certainly among our most essential tips. Of course, we want folks to stay hydrated and as best possible be aware of what the community cooling resources are. I know we'll talk a little bit about some of the public spaces available to get water and cool off, but also try to take advantage for those who are eligible of energy assistance programs, weatherization programs. They can really help take the edge off of the challenges that many of us experience staying safe in the summer and paying our bills in the summer.
Yeah, yeah. I love that you mentioned, listen to your body first, check on others. It's like the example when you're on a plane and they're telling you how to put on your mask. You have to put on your mask first before you can help others. I love that you're tying in that concept of taking care of yourself, taking care of others. And of course, there are tons of resources that we're going to talk about on how you can take it to that next level with weatherization, of course. And you manage a really important program for the city of Phoenix. You're the director of heat relief and mitigation. I'm really curious what that means and, what does this work do and how has it impacted our community?
Yeah, we're so proud at the city of Phoenix to have set up the country's first publicly funded office in local government focused on heat. This was action that our mayor and city council took about 2 years ago now. And I think our mission really boils down to 6 words: more people, more comfortable, more often. Of course, as pertains to heat. And we think about achieving that mission through 2 different channels. Heat response, which is the short-term strategies that protect people during the summer, like the Heat Relief Network, which we'll talk about in just a moment. And then heat mitigation, long-term strategies that can help cool the city, including tree planting, which is among the most popular heat mitigation strategies sought by community members when we're out engaged in neighborhoods. So we're very much learning how to do this work every day. There's not a playbook for running a city government heat office because it's never existed before. But we've heard such tremendous support from our neighbors, community members, community organizations, corporate partners are all helping us shape this journey of trying to serve the community to achieve that mission.
It's absolutely important to have this kind of work happen on the ground because Arizona is a very, very warm place to live, and like you were mentioning, trees create that shade effect that definitely cools off our environment. And of course, having all community partners involved is very, very important. I think an all hands on deck approach is always going to be the best way to go. And you alluded to the support that you're getting from the community and corporate and all of these other organizations that are supporting. What else can we do to help support and advance this mission?
Well, let's talk about the Heat Relief Network itself as one way to get the community involved. The City of Phoenix is one of just many partners in the regional heat relief network that's coordinated by the Maricopa Association of Governments and has been for going on 20 years now. It's really become a mature network. Many cities participate, faith-based organizations, community-based organizations. One of my favorite examples a number of years ago, a thrift shop in Mesa participated in the Heat Relief Network. They recognized we've got air-conditioned space and they sold used furniture. We got places for people to sit. So why don't we participate as well? Really an interesting collaboration and coalition. But we know that more partners can make the Heat Relief Network stronger. If you or someone you know has a building that has space that can serve the purpose of either helping distribute some water during the summer or maybe allowing a place for somebody to come in and rest for a little while or perhaps a longer while, you can make a meaningful contribution to helping keep some of our most at-risk neighbors safe during the summer. Visiting the MAG website, an internet search for MAG, Heat Relief Network, will get you there, or certainly by visiting our office's website as well. Folks, again, can participate as hydration stations, cooling centers, or this year for the first time, respite centers, places where folks can come in and maybe take a nap or have a prolonged stay. This has been a really attractive model that we've seen some of our faith-based partners
Mm.
add to the heat relief network. For our unsheltered neighbors in particular, the chance to be in a safe, cool, comfortable space is so important, and we're so appreciative of the way those organizations have been able to contribute.
That's wonderful. So the Heat Relief Network is basically a network of organizations that are involved in supporting folks who need this heat relief services. So, like you mentioned, places to go to cool off, places to go to hydrate, places to go to rest and stay maybe extended periods. And so this is all found, and I just want to make sure I got this right. This is all found under the Maricopa Association of Governments website. That's so anyone can go on the website and find more information there.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're interested to know where the nearest cooling center is, one can, and you can get there through our website, phoenix.gov/heat, but the MAG Heat Relief Network website as well. They maintain a real-time map. There's a little toggle button to show which facilities are open at this very moment, and you can filter by the type of facility that you're looking for. And it's been a wonderful network to see mature and grow over the years. And I'll also note a lot of people use the Heat Relief Network for different reasons. We see a lot of seniors, for example, at some facilities, using cooling centers for socializing, participating in bingo, and let's let the city facility pay for the air conditioning bill. I can turn off my thermostat for a couple hours while I go visit a cooling center. So while there's certainly a very strong focus on our most at-risk neighbors, particularly our unsheltered neighbors, the Heat Relief Network is really serving a broad purpose for helping our community members be more comfortable more often during the summer.
That's really cool. I love hearing that, that there's even community building happening at these places. That's really exciting. That's really cool to hear. And I'm sure as these organizations are lending space to provide some of that relief, which is very critical and very valuable. What other innovations are happening when it comes to combating extreme heat or solutions? I think I recently saw a story about the pavement in city of Phoenix was also kind of being mitigated to combat the heat that pavement absorbs. Any other examples that you could share with us?
Yeah, it takes a really big portfolio, or at least our perspective is it takes a wide portfolio to combat the many different dimensions of extreme heat. Heat impacts people's lives in so many different ways. It's so cross-sectoral and intersectional. Those are some terms we hear from our partners. So it's not like we can have just one strategy to help everybody have a better experience in the summer. The city is a partner, for example, in more than 30 different heat response programs, everything from the Heat Relief Network that we talked about to operating city swimming pools and splash pads during the summer, to the tremendous work that our first responders and park rangers do to respond to emergencies as they happen. When we think about heat mitigation, those strategies to actually help cool the city over the long term and make it more comfortable, you mentioned the cool pavement. Phoenix is very proud to be leading the way, at least among North American cities, with now 100 miles of a more reflective treatment on our city streets. For a little atmospheric science 101 for our viewers, that the atmosphere is actually heated from the ground up. It's not directly heated by the sun. It's warmed by heat that comes off of the Earth's surface. So anytime we can find hot ground and make it a little less hot, that's a win for cooling in our cities. And there are two types of features that really stand out as hot ground. Our road surfaces and also dark roofs are really important as well. So we're looking for those hot surfaces, make them a little less hot. We also mentioned tree planting. Our team is just recovering, as many cities are around the country, from a big sprint in the month of May, to apply for more than $1.5 billion in federal funding to support urban and community forestry. We're very hopeful to have good news for Phoenix and Central Arizona residents in a couple months as the Forest Service makes their decisions. But we hear so often from the community how important tree planting is to their quality of life, to community aesthetics, beauty, for community building, as you referenced, and also, of course, shade and cooling.
Yeah, it sounds like such a wonderful opportunity and challenge to put together all these pieces to become a leader in the region for heat relief programs. This would be the place to experiment with all and any kind of ideas that come the way. Those are all really fabulous. Makes me feel very hopeful with these initiatives, that we're going to be in good hands in the future. And so, just to make sure, I know we got our audience very excited about all the things that are happening from the city of Phoenix and the initiatives that you're leading, and how you're convening all of these wonderful efforts and organizations to provide a solution for our community. As we see, there's a ticker scrolling at the bottom of our website. Tell us about the website, phoenix.gov/heat, and what can people expect to find there?
Well, let me first echo your optimism. We're confident that the future Phoenix can be a cooler, more comfortable, and safer one. The public health community strongly believes that every heat-associated death is preventable with appropriate investment, the types of investments we're trying to make. And when we look at climate models for the future Phoenix, with big investments in strategies like tree planting, the climate models show us that we can achieve a future Phoenix that is cooler than the one we have today. So I think there's plenty of reason, plenty of justification for your optimism. With respect to resources, we certainly would invite folks to visit our website, phoenix.gov/heat, to learn a little bit more about the portfolio of strategies, both for heat response and mitigation. But maybe the most useful piece of information there is the email address and phone number. We love to hear from the community. We'd love to hear your ideas. We know the wisdom for addressing our heat challenges is not exclusively contained in City Hall, and it's not exclusively contained with the partners with whom we're already working. We know the good ideas are still out there. We know the Elon Musk of air conditioning is somewhere out there. We know many other good ideas are still out there. So please get in touch with us. We'd love to have more community dialogue. And Edgar, I'd also add, on our website will be some very exciting opportunities coming up over the next couple of months. We currently have a heat relief grant program open for community nonprofits. We were just reviewing the first round of applications this morning, in fact, and we'll be awarding more than 6 figures in grants to community-based organizations. We'll continue to look for opportunities to support community-based organizations as the summer goes along. And then later this summer, tree planting and shade structure grant opportunities focused on underserved neighborhoods, those that have low shade coverage right now. 3 different programs, including our community canopy program, Canopy for Kids, and shade structures for schools. Those will come online sometime. We're hopeful August. So please stay tuned to our website, and we'd love to invest in those really important cooling and shading strategies.
I love that. That sounds so exciting. It sounds like the future is very bright, pun intended. It's really exciting that there's also investments for nonprofits and organizations to get involved and be able to advance this alongside with you. Thank you so much, David, for joining us in this wonderful conversation. Is there any other final remarks that you'd like to make sure to share to the audience?
Edgar, I'll just thank you for the chance to have this conversation, and I'll reiterate our genuine interest in hearing from the community, partnering with the community. As I said before, there's no playbook for doing this work, but we know there's a lot of wisdom in our community, and we'd like to try to harness all that wisdom so we can achieve that mission: more people, more comfortable, more often. Thanks so much.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, David. Thank you, David, for your great insights. I hope you enjoyed our program today. Our expert webinar sessions are designed to help you access resources that will help you build a healthy financial future and achieve your goals. We appreciate you for joining us today to learn more about the heat relief programs to help you stay cool during the summer. We hope that this information has been helpful and informative for you, and that you feel more confident in navigating our programs. Remember, if you or someone you know is struggling to pay their energy bills, APS offers a wide range of assistance programs for every level of need. Make sure to check out our website at aps.com/assistance to learn more. And don't forget about our APS online learning program. This free program is a great resource to learn more about APS assistance programs and how to save energy and money on your bill. Visit aps.com/assistance to discover this program and get started. Thank you again for joining us today, and we hope to see you at our next expert webinar session.